Political analysis, political aspect. Tata Group operates in multiple countries, and it's very important to know the laws, regulation, and especially the political climates. Laws governing commerce, trading, and investment depends mainly on the local government. Environmental aspect. Tata Group is facing up to the challenge of climate change and making it integral to its process. Tata Group considers climate change a serious issue and is taking some steps to change it. Their policy is to change by being responsive and trustworthy,